Alrighty. So this is my new couch. Hopefully there was some B-roll in there or something like that. But you've probably seen my old couch in my old videos, and if you haven't, that means that this is your first time here. And if it is, thank you for clicking on my video, and I hope you enjoy the content here. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about furniture shopping. This is the first big piece of furniture that I've ever bought, and I wanted to make this video for people that might be going furniture shopping. This video is going to cover the things that you should know, the things I wish I knew, and some other small things at the end. Anyway, let's get into it. Number one is to determine your needs. You've clicked on this video probably because you need to buy a new piece of furniture. You've either outgrown your old one or it got destroyed by your pet. My cat scratched up my old one so bad, so I guess now you've decided that you want to put your hard-earned money towards a new couch. I'm going to stick with the couch in this example because that's what I bought. But when I say determine your needs, think about how this piece of furniture is going to be used. Do you host a lot of things at your house, or do you mostly, just have a couple people over ever so often? Do you live alone, or do other people live with you? Do you want something that's easy to care for? Or are you okay with some maintenance? Do you want a gray couch? Do you want a red couch? Do you want the traditional 3-piece, or do you want a sectional like this one? Personally, a lot of things in my house are neutral colors like gray or black, so that's why I went with gray. And me personally, I don't really like the traditional 3-piece set, so I got a sectional. Number two is that furniture is fucking expensive. I had no idea how expensive furniture was until I went out looking for it. And when I saw some of the prices, my eyes popped out of my head. $6,000 here, $4,000 there. It was unbelievable. My best advice is to sit down and craft out a budget. After you have that budget that you came up with, double it, and then you might be able to stomach some of the prices that you're going to see furniture going for. The furniture industry allegedly got hit pretty bad with the repercussions of COVID-19 from supply chain issues and not having employees, and they just didn't have stock available. Almost all the ones that I found online were back ordered by months, and I think they weren't coming until May or June. For some context, I'm recording this at the end of February, so that's why I'm talking about May and June being far out. In all seriousness though, go out there with a budget and try your best to stick to it. Furniture is kind of an investment, I guess, because if you get a bad couch, then it could mess up your back or whatever. But just come up with a budget and try your best to stick to it. The next thing I would say is that remember, you can negotiate the price. When I was buying the first couch I was going to get, I remember the people telling me at the store that they could offer me financing and warranty and all these things, I guess, because they get more commission if they sell those things or, whatever it is. But if I were you, I would save up the money to just go and buy it one time, so I'm not making monthly payments to a furniture store. I'm also not your financial advisor, so I can't tell you what to do with your money. When I went to buy the first couch, I was just straight up with the salesperson. I said, I'm here to pay it all off today. I'm not here to mess around, so let's make a deal. I ended up getting free delivery on the order, but unfortunately the couch didn't fit in my doorway, which leads me to my next point. Make sure to measure your doorway and all the necessary areas in your home that the piece of furniture is going to pass through. I went to the store and I bought a couch only to find out that it wouldn't fit in the door when it got here. If you live in an apartment building, measure the moving door, measure the hallway that it's going to be going down, measure the elevator, measure your doorway. It's better to have all these measurements so that you can relay this to the people that are going to be bringing it. If I did my homework the first time, I wouldn't have bought that couch because I knew it wouldn't have made it in the door. If you live in a house, measure the width of the staircase, measure whatever you think you need to measure. You know, if you're in doubt about something, measure it. It's better to have that measurement so then you can say, okay, well, it might fit in the door here, but then if you get to the next door, it doesn't fit. So, you know, just measure. I'd also say don't be afraid to walk away. If the salesperson is seeing that, you know, they have you in their grasp, they're going to try and do everything that they can to pressure you into a sale that you might not be 100% comfortable with. Buying furniture is a very emotionally intense thing. You're talking about spending potentially thousands of dollars on something that's hopefully going to last you a long time, and it doesn't help when you're being upsold some sort of warranty or furniture protection kit or something like that. So don't be afraid to walk away and go to another store, and don't be afraid to go home and sleep on the decision. When I went to one of those stores, I saw this one gray couch, and like, man, it was so good. It was what I was looking for, the right amount of seats. It had a chase, which is this thing that I'm, you know, laying on right now. It was good, but something was telling me that there were better options. So I left, I went to another store, and that's how I ended up with this couch here. I was even telling my girl after that if we had gotten the other one and then I went to look at this one for whatever reason, I would have been pissed that we got the other one. So I would say don't be afraid to explore your options. The reality is that picking furniture is difficult, but to throw another wrench into the mix, I also want you to think about the future. This couch that I bought is huge. It takes up like this whole wall right here, and overall I'd say it takes up probably about 40% of my living room. So now if I'm ever moving and I'm taking this couch with me, I have to think about where it's gonna go in the new place. Like, how is it gonna be oriented? Is there gonna be enough space for it? And is there gonna be enough space to access every seat? These are all things that have to be thought of in addition to all the measuring that I mentioned before. Like, are you gonna have kids? What's gonna happen when they get introduced to the mix? Did you get a stain-resistant couch? Like, most of the time kids like spill stuff. Do you need a stain-resistant couch? I live alone right now, but, you know, is my girl gonna move in here eventually, or are we gonna get another place, or, you know, are my friends gonna come over more? These are all things that you're gonna have to think of when you're trying to make your furniture last for as long as I'm planning for. I'm honestly estimating that I'm not buying another couch until I'm like 40, which is why I'm looking at this, like, you know, from all angles. Without dragging this video on for too long and stretching your attention span more than it's already stretched, I think furniture shopping falls into the category of buy it nice or buy it twice. You're not buying a pair of socks or a cheap t-shirt. You're buying something that's gonna live in your house for a long time. If you can afford it, I would definitely recommend buying the higher quality one if you can. But remember, just because it's more expensive doesn't mean it's higher quality. Make sure you go out and try all the ones that you can, even if the ones on the showroom floor aren't in the color that you want, because you might be able to get it in the color that you want. And actually, one very important thing, make sure you try it on without your jacket. When my girl and I first started looking, we didn't try any without our jackets off, and it wasn't until I got home that I realized, I was like, wait, I didn't take my jacket off to, you know, try out the couch. You're not gonna be sitting at home with your jacket on, so make sure to make yourself comfortable at the store, just like how you would be at home. I'm not saying to take your pajamas and, you know, all that kind of stuff, but, you know, just cover all your bases. Also, make sure you leave some money in your budget for things like, you know, pillows right there, and, you know, maybe blankets and stuff like that to give it that, you know, extra homey feel. So that's basically all the information that I have. That's essentially a crash course on buying furniture / couches and things that I wish I knew and things that I thought of when buying this new couch. If anyone has any questions or concerns, leave a comment and I'll get back to you with any answers that I have. This video definitely brought someone some value, and I don't even have to hope for that one. And as always, thanks for watching.